What's going on, folks? Painless. I've talked about this. I've talked about I've talked about this with black men on numerous occasions. You know, um, I've always said that black men, when you look at Caucasian women, a lot of them. This is why if you're gonna be in an interracial relationship, and I've been in plenty, uh, you need to vet extra carefully, and I'm gonna tell you why. See, a lot of Caucasian women, they know that white men, oh, conservative, um, clean cut, crosses all his T's, dots all his I's, got the account, got the vacation home, uh, you know, in France, trips to Italy, you know, Austrian slopes in the winter. She knows that. And this goes hand in hand with how everybody participates in degenerative black culture up to a certain point. Many people, uh, many people will, like I said, listen. And I'm speaking on my experience. I knew white guys, white teenagers that was listening had the Easy E tapes, had the NWA tapes, and all this stuff. And now, they're farmers and cattle ranchers and chicken harvesters now. Now that doesn't mean they don't that they don't uh, reminisce about their music. But you know what? They're not doing the debauchery anymore. And for a lot of Caucasian women, black men are seen as just fun, dumb bucks to have fun with. You know, they expect you not to have anything going on. They expect you to be 42 years old wearing football jerseys still, and Versace, old ass Versace shades, and busted down G braids or cornrows with a hat on cocked like T.I. used to. They expect that from you. See, when they run up on it, to me, pain, to a Caucasian woman, painless is, oh gosh, oh yeah, okay, yeah, you have a job. Oh, what do you do? Oh, you work from home. Oh, I'm jealous. Oh, and they kind of tiptoe because they don't know how to take a black man like painless. And I'm not trying to say I'm not. Look, let me tell you something. There's plenty of brothers like me. Thank goodness. But I'm speaking. It's kind of like this is the bad outweighs the good. And I'm using this example. Remember, you used to come home and you had all A's and you had one C minus, and you brought that report card home to your mama or your daddy, and all they were focused on was that damn C minus. But all the A's I got in so and so and all this, pretty difficult courses. But no, they focusing on this C minus. That's what we have going on here. There's plenty of brothers out here doing things, being constructive, but the Dusties, the Pookies and Ray Rays are the forefront, and the you know the poster childs for black men, guys like I just described. Nobody wants a straight black male who goes to work, maybe has a business on the side trying to get off the ground, works out maybe 4 times a week, is not chasing behind all over and blowing his money in these local bars every damn day. Taco Tuesday, Trivia Thursday, Broke Dick Mondays, dollar Bud Lights, Budweisers, Modelo, $3 Modelos. Nobody wants nobody wants a black man like that, because they're seen as, kind of, I don't know, not fun. Or they know that they can't get over on this guy, on this black guy. They know they can see Caucasian women, they stun on black men different than sisters. It's a difference. And I've always said, sisters, you're going to see the knives coming towards you. She's running towards you, slobbering, teeth gnashing and gritting. Where the Caucasian woman, you're never going to see it coming. So it's a different type of finesse, if you will. But yeah, nobody likes that type of black guy, even mainstream society. And I said there's been an attack on straight men, not only straight black men, but straight men of all ethnicities. But that straight black male is the last one. I really believe, and I'm not a tinfoil hat wearing type guy, but I believe the black man is attempted to be buck broken, and it's been going on. And that's why I say, keep your head down, take care of your health, stay in shape, and make your money and make your moves on the low. I wish if there's a young man, any ethnicity, but particularly black men, because, there's an effort being, an agenda being pushed at you. So if you don't take anything else out this video, well, I'd like you to take some other things, but please take that. Take care of yourself, stop chasing tail around, and handle your business. But yeah, I say all that to talk about this Britney Spears situation with that, I forget this young man's name. I believe he's from France. Number 1 pick in this last year's NBA draft, a couple weeks ago. Picked by the San Antonio Spurs. So he's going to be over there with Coach Pop. And a situation arose in which he was going to dinner in Vegas at one of those hotel restaurants. And you can see the video. It's on Twitter and on the internet, platforms on the internet. And there's an actual video. You can see the video. It's not him giving his account. It's not her giving hers. It's the actual video of what happened, actual footage. So she goes up and attempts to tap him on the shoulder. But to me, she's running up. She's running up, not walking up. Now, this young man, new to this country, is, surrounded by his security team. And one of the guys in the security team, a brother, I forget his name, but I looked at the name, and then you see the footage. When I saw the name, I said, "Oh, that's a brother." And then I went and saw the footage. I was like, "Yep, that's yeah." So Darius, something like that, or something like. But so he backhanded her, and I don't believe it was malicious, because she ran up. And that was his reaction. If she had walked up and said, "Hey, tall NBA guy," because I forget his name, but I think he appears to be some African origin name, but he looks mixed, Caucasian and black. Uh, so she files a little she files a little punk ass police report with the Las Vegas Police Department, and initially there weren't any charges filed. I still don't believe there'd be any charge, but nevertheless, she charged a little. She filed a little police report for this shit that she obviously instigated. And I said this: Caucasian, not non-black women, women in general, but there's this propensity for for women to think they can just do any goddamn thing to black men. That's the point I'm making. Like you can just run, and I've had this happen to me before. I shared a story maybe 3 months ago, 4 months ago. I was at the liquor store getting me something, getting right. And this white lady, when she walked up, I was about to, get my, check out. And, when you go in liquor stores, they'll have like somebody in there that's like giving out samples. Here, try this new vodka or whatever. And so I declined because I didn't really want what they had. There's times I go in there, I'm like, okay, I'll try that. But then this particular time I didn't care for what they had. So I go and check out, and this white woman, she pokes me on my shoulder. Like, I don't know her from Adam, but she was tapping me. I'm like, hey, you should try it. Not, hey, man, that's good. You should try it. Which and I said, hey, what, don't. And I looked back, I said, don't do that. Don't do that. It wasn't even about the sampling. Like, don't put your hands on me. What makes you think you can put your... And it's particular white women that do this. When I looked around at her, and I looked, because I kind of saw her coming in the store. You just notice. And she had on dark glasses on. She looked like Miss Piggy. And she looked like had that. I could tell she's been with some black guys before in a way that where she wasn't genuine with the black guys. Because I know some Caucasian women and Hispanic women that have a black kind of mindset. Like they would never do nothing like that. And they actually love or they like black men. They appreciate black men. And, there are a lot of non-black women out there that appreciate black men. But then you got the ones like this heifer that is an opportunistic type of woman, non-black woman, that she thinks she's better. No, you have caregiver white chicks out here that are working 12-hour shifts 6 days a week. No life, always complaining, broke. I need to get in the gym too. Oh, it's been a while type white chicks that think they're better than a brother who's making $92,000 a year, lives by himself, works out 4 to 5 days a week, has his own whatever. She thinks she can run point on his ass. Can you believe that? She thinks he, since he's a black man, should be at her fucking beck and call. And that's why I talk about the arrogance in a lot of women these days. The arrogance. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, man. So anyway, I knew that's what type of Caucasian woman she was. little, little, a little gutter meth recovery chick, that thinks she can just say and do anything to black men because she's white. And most black men, and you know what? It's twofold. Because I blame this mess on a lot of black men. Because a lot of black men are so thirsty, are so butt broken and desperate and have low self-esteem, they'll tolerate this shit from these type of women because they're white. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, moving back to the South, man, it's been an eye-opening experience, boy. I can tell you, it's been an eye-opening. Like I'm different. I tell these chicks, you think I'm gonna chase your triple neck ass? Do you think that? Do you think I'm that hard up to be with a white woman? Is that what the fuck I'm hearing? But yeah, many like that. So anyway, I said, yeah, don't do that. And I checked out, and the guy behind the counter, he kind of like, he grinned at me like, oh shit, hell yeah, shit, bitch, keep your damn hand to yourself, like, and we sit, because I go in there. We know each other and stuff. He feels me, he tips me in when there's new product coming in. So yeah, that was an occurrence with me. A lot of white women think that they just think they have carte blanche authority to say any type of dumb shit to black men. And, and when they... This is a prime example. This is a prime example. And like I said earlier in the beginning portions of this video, a lot of people will steer clear of you. They're like, oh shit, I can't pull that shit over on his ass. Let me stay around. You can tell when people like, oh, I'll ask him. Oh, nope, I can't fuck with him. He don't play that shit. I'm that dude. Even with family. I want to know who, what, when, where, and why. That's me. You need me. Shit, I don't need you. How you gonna get mad when you asking me for some damn bread, and then I ask, oh, how come? Oh, well, never mind then. What? You fucking right, never mind. Good day. Shit, good day. Like, the lack of humility, and it became very glaring during this global situation we had that we are still in. It became very apparent. It became more magnified. Like, how the hell, and it's so, sometimes, man, you be like, am I in the Twilight Zone in this piece? Like, what's really happening? But yeah, there's a propensity for non-black women to just think they can do whatever they want to black men, and they look at us as little play toys, and like little monkeys. No pun. So I'm just saying, and that's what's going on. Now, if you just want, and I said, now, if you just want to have fun with a chick that, or not, and she only calls you for sex, okay. Don't try to make her into something she's not. I've had non-black women that I knew that would roll around with me all in the bed, touch me here, taste me there. But you know what? I'll never meet their family. And I'm cool with that. Well, damn, parents, you're subjecting yourself to... Yes, but you know why? And you know what that situation is? I know what it is. I'm not giving her money. She's not giving me money. It's one objective between the both of us, and that's sex. That is it. We're not going out. We're not going out on dates. We're not going, walks in the park and shit like that. We're not having dinner. I know what it is, and she knows what it is. And the ones they weren't little gutter punk chicks. These are women that are directors of this, department head chairs of that. These women, they don't need me. They need me in one way, and that's it. You brothers are having babies with these types of Caucasian women and Hispanic women. You guys are showing up to the quinceañeras, and these people are talking all type of shit about you in Spanish. That's what y'all are dealing with. I'm not dealing with that. So this idea that, painless, you're subjecting yourself to. It's one objective. For me to bust and for her to bust. If you catch my drift. That's it. I'm not seen in public with her. She's not being seen with me. So it's a difference. But yeah, this is thing for utter disrespect. I can do what I want to a black guy. And if he tells, he's either going to look like a punk or nobody's going to believe him. So it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. And they know that. They know that. Oh, he's not going to tell. He'll look like a bitch. And if he tells, nobody's going to believe him. Because he's a black guy and I'm an Indian. Red dot. I'm a 7-Eleven Indian. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to believe him. And they know, they play off that. And that's why I say, men, especially black men, you need to arm yourself and keep your head on a swivel at all times. You look at this situation with Keke Palmer. Now you have her, what is this, his baby? What is he's the baby's father? And he's complaining about what she did, that little debacle with her and Usher on stage. Brother, you knew that shit from Jump Street, brother. You knew that. You nutted in her. You knew what it was. You knew what type of woman she was. I don't want to hear it. See, this is what I spoke about. A lot of you guys provide aid and cover for bullshit like this. And then when it hits you in the face, now you want to, you're a mother. You shouldn't be doing that. How dare you? Have some decency and respect for yourself. Nigga, you should have known this, brother. You should have known this. But now, because she just had a baby, right? Huh? Now you got to deal with this chick for 18 years. Really? 18 or 21 years on some legal, shuffling shit like, what schools are they going to? How much do you need? You ain't even got out. Brother, you haven't even got out the city limits yet. You already getting gaffled up and G-checked and You know, people tripping on you. You ain't even out the city limits yet. You still got a ways to go. Damn, brother. You knew you should not even have been here. You shouldn't. You should not even have been here. Well, what do you mean, Painless? You should have not even dealt. You should have pulled out. Right now, I bet you, because I've done it. I've experienced it. There's some dude right now looking at their situation. They used to mess with Keke Palmer and said, "Woo, I'm glad I pulled out that chick. Woo." There's some dudes saying, "Man, why'd you bust in her, man? What the hell was you thinking?" There's some, because I've seen it, especially with Facebook, social media. Sometimes you get curious. You be like, "Damn, who the hell got your ass pregnant? Glad it ain't me." Woo. Whew. So, again, utter disrespect. Utter disrespect. And I had this situation happen to me maybe 2 weeks ago. Probably since the last time I did a video. Had this, I'll be damn, boy. I had this woman. She's like 47 or some shit like that. And come to find out, we live in the same neighborhood. And I do Q&A and all that. We discovered that. And then it's a sister. She gonna hit me up with some bullshit like, "All right, don't stalk me now." I said, "See, here we go." There's playful banter and, clowning and shit, But no, she didn't hit me with the LOL. She like, "I'm serious, don't be." And see, it's kind of like, you ever been playing with one of your cousins or a close friend, and you think y'all playing, maybe y'all slap boxing or some shit. And then they catch you across your lip, and you kind of like straighten up like, "Oh shit, oh, you serious? Oh, it's like that." And you get the, y'all get the mixing, get the blending his ass up. Cause now, it was playful banter, like, and then, that's how I took that situation, what she said in them text messages. Like, "Oh, no LOL, no laughing emoji." And then you hit me with the, "I'm serious." I was like, "Okay, chick, game on. Game on." And I said, "This is how I'm going to treat you," in my mind. Then it went back to playful banter. But I kept a mental note. And guys, you need to do that. See, women, they do little shit tests and little stuff, but then, again, like the focal point of this video is disrespect. And the disrespect came when, have you ever been in jail? She asked me that in a text message. And I said, okay, that was it. That was the second. See, ain't gonna be no third. Ain't no third times the charm with Painless. Because you're an adult. You know what you're doing. I said, okay. Now, I told you my background, chick. Do you think I would be in jail with that background? See, so now it becomes, because now I'm like, well, you wouldn't try this with no white guy. And guys that listen to me, women, people who listen to me in general, y'all know that I've talked about shit like that with black women. That they'll do shit to black men, say slick shit, and act any old type of way. But when a Caucasian man or a Hispanic man comes through, they get in their little valley voice, and they'll straighten their back out, sit up a little, and start attempting to act like a fucking woman. But with Painless or Roderick or Ricky, it's slouching. It's yeah, no. But with Rick and Brad, it's like yes. Oh, I think so. Apparently, you get all this extras. You know what I'm saying? Hence the disrespect. Well, Painless. Other women do it too to their men. Bullshit. I told you, remember y'all, I lived in Hawaii for almost 20 years. And while every group has some, turmoil, because we're humans, I never saw a Filipino woman treat a Filipino man different and then go back and act different to a white man. I never saw a Samoan woman act different to a Samoan man and then go act different to a white man. I never, Hawaiian, Japanese, on and on. It's that black woman that does that bullshit. The only woman on the planet that does that shit. So miss me with that, well, they do it too. No, negative. Because I've lived around many groups of people. See, that's the thing. I'm cultured 10 times. Cultured. I've lived and been a lot of places on this globe. So I know and have seen. But yeah, this, that keep up. Again, I blame this shit on a lot of guys. Because y'all provide the aid and covering and protection to allow women to do this bullshit. That's why I never opt out. And what I mean by opting out is taking your ball. I'm not going to play anymore because this is the way the world is. You need to adapt and evade and be opportunistic. That's how I am. I never opt out. Never, men going their own way. Don't do that bullshit. Stay in the game. Play the game. But learn how to play the game. And life is a game, in a sense. You know how many times I see women, they know, especially you see white women and, you can be the only ones. I've had this happen a couple times. The only one, like say, you're walking or jogging in the neighborhood and you're the only one on the same, and they won't even acknowledge you. They'll just walk right past. And see, that is the shifting of, that is, I'm going to show you that I know that you're here, but since you're this, I'm not going to acknowledge you. That's why sometimes, guys, most time, it's good. This is where you only mess with who messes with you. Now, there's nothing wrong with pursuing a woman, but you can feel the energy. And nothing wrong with pursuing a woman, and I mean that seriously. I'm not one of these brothers up here, so I'm going to just go up here, sit up here, and act like a woman and try to be cute and let a woman come up and talk to me. Because most times when a woman see what she want, she'll come up and give those, I'm using manospheric language, but choosing signals and shit like that. And then that's when you should initiate. You know, it's mind games, but you got to know how to do it as well. And again, I'm not part of the manosphere, none of that. Passport bros, I'm not part of that. I don't wear, I don't promote that. Not that I don't promote, but I'm not part of that community. I'm not in the and I've said this. I'm not in the manosphere community. I'm not in the passport bros community. I don't have these guys on speed dial. We don't text. We don't email each other. But, however, there are a lot of things that make sense, that are useful, that they do and say. And if you really step back and think about it, this is shit you would get from an old head that got his stuff together. Like older black men that have got themselves, that are still, not one of these old, dusty brothers still trying to hang out with young dudes. I'm talking about a 61-year-old cat that, got his own home. Maybe he's married. Maybe he's single. Maybe he's a widower. And he went through and came through unscathed when you would think black men would be chewed up and spit out. When you see a black man like that, he's got some wisdom and game, And when I mean game, I'm using for all intents and purposes. He got some, maybe it's wisdom to avoid a lot of bullshit. And that's a guy worth opening your ears to and shutting the hell up and listening to. That's what I mean. He's weathered the storm when that shit was storming outside. See, you know, a lot of the, nowadays it's more covert. But shit, it's misting now. Back in the days, for a black man to establish himself and to have some, it was storming, typhoon, cyclones, and all type of stuff back in them days. So, to see an older black man still standing 10 toes down is impressive, and worth listening to. But the disrespect rather for black men is glaring. It's glaring. But I just want to talk about that. Painless out.